Professor Debarati Guha-Sapir created and developed the world's first international database on major disasters. It's not only used by international organizations and national governments to address disaster prevention and mitigation, but also serves as the basis for the scientific data essential for formulating climate change policy and other initiatives. Professor Guha-Sapir was born in Rourkela, a city in East India that flourished with the steel industry. After graduating from the local University of Calcutta, she went on to Johns Hopkins University in the United States and studied epidemiology and global health. In 1984, she began working in Brussels in Belgium as a researcher at the Centre for Research on the Epidemiology of Disasters.
And at that time, there were big famines in Africa, 1984. They used to work on famines and they wanted me to come and work on famines. On that side, they offered me this professorship. It was a terrible thing to see.
Professor Guha-Sapir reported to the centre the dire situation she had observed in the African country of Chad. The response of the director, Michel Lecha, became a major impetus for her subsequent activities.
And I came back here and I debriefed with Michel Lecha, and I told him something like, "Oh, there are many people dying, many people died." And he said, "Many? What does many mean? Many is a nonsense term. You have to bring me a number. Without a number, many people are dying. It's not good enough for science."
Professor Guha-Sapir realized that capturing damage data objectively would be the key to saving lives in future disasters. Subsequently, in order to help formulate disaster countermeasures and other policies, she began collecting information on disasters that had occurred, covering 184 countries. The number of disaster victims, people who had lost their homes, industries that had been hit, and all other situations were quantified in detail to create the Emergency Events Database, or EM-DAT. In 1988, EM-DAT was open to the public so that anyone in the world could access it. Based on EM-DAT, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, and other organizations now recommend measures to mitigate climate change. It's being used for disaster mitigation and disaster prevention all over the world.
So let's face the truth. So we have to focus on adaptation. We have to help people to adapt to what is coming in the next 20 years.